Hi, I'm Steve Younis. Happy New Year. Welcome to the first Speeding Bulletin for 2017. In this video, I'll not only bring you up to speed on what's taken place in the world of Superman during the past week up to Thursday, January 12th, but I'll recap some of the important news you might have missed hearing about over the Christmas break. Some of the top news stories included: a new Justice League image and details are released, Supergirl has been renewed for a third season, and we have details on the Superman Reborn comic book story coming out in March. Let's check out these news stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, late in December, Entertainment Weekly released a new photo from the upcoming Justice League movie showing the Flash standing alongside Batman and Wonder Woman. In the article, Zack Snyder also talks about the team dynamic between the characters, saying, "I'm super happy with the chemistry of my League of Justice doers." Warner Brothers revealed a bit of extra information about the Justice League movie in their 2017 movie preview press kit, including the cast list, which includes Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. The official description reads, "Fueled by his restored faith in humanity and inspired by Superman's selfless act, Bruce Wayne enlists the help of his newfound ally Diana Prince to face an even greater enemy. Together, Batman and Wonder Woman work quickly to find and recruit a team of metahumans to stand against this newly awakened threat. But despite the formation of this unprecedented league of heroes, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg and the Flash, it may already be too late to save the planet from an assault of catastrophic proportions." USA Today released a new Justice League movie image with a quote from director Zack Snyder explaining how Wonder Woman's evolution is in part due to Superman's sacrifice seen in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. He said she's fully evolved into someone who's embraced mankind partly through Superman's sacrifice. She's like, alright, I've got to pick it up. Justice League will be released in theatres on November 17th this year. Continuing his tradition of creating memorial gifts for the cast and crew of the movies he works on, Henry Cavill gave a unique Justice League medallion and note to those who worked on the movie alongside him. Crew member Charisse G posted the photo on Instagram. Meanwhile, Amy Adams, who played Lois Lane in both Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, was honoured with one of the first stars of 2017 on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Wednesday, January 11th. Amy Adams, who grew tearful as she accepted the honour, was joined by arrival director Denis Villeneuve, her two-time co-star Jeremy Renner, her husband Darren Lee Gallo, and their 6-year-old daughter Ariana. In TV news, the CW released a description, image gallery and promo video for the 9th episode of Season 2 of Supergirl. Titled Supergirl Lives, in this episode, Kara is moved by the story of a missing woman named Izzy and decides to investigate despite Snapper Carr's orders to leave it alone. Kara takes Mon-El with her to the last place Izzy was seen, and the duo find themselves thrust through a portal to another planet, Slaver's Moon, where the downtrodden are sold as slaves. The leader of the trafficking ring is none other than Roulette. To make matters worse, Slaver's Moon has a red sun, which means Kara and Mon-El are stripped of their powers and stuck on the planet with no way home. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Alex blames herself for Kara's disappearance, fearing she's become too focused on her new relationship with Maggie and too complacent in watching out for her sister. This episode is scheduled to air on the CW on Monday, January 23rd at 8 p.m. The CW also released a preview video clip from this episode of Supergirl. Check it out.
Excuse me? Oh, hi. Could I just please have a club soda?
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you work here?
I do.
Like...
If you go looking for trouble, you shall find.
Thank you for the completely useless advice. That's not club soda.
Yeah, what exactly is club soda? Not this.
As you no doubt know, Carrie Fisher passed away on December 27th after suffering a major heart attack on a flight from London. While she will forever be remembered as Princess Leia from the Star Wars films, Fisher was also part of the Superman family, having starred in an episode of Smallville. Carrie Fisher appeared in Thirst, the 5th episode of Season 5, playing the role of Pauline Kahn, the editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet. In this episode, after initially giving her a hard time, Kahn gives Chloe Sullivan a job at the Daily Planet newspaper. Her passing is of great sadness to us all. In casting news, Peter Gadiote has been cast to play Mr. Mixier's Pitalik in an upcoming episode of Supergirl. Gediote is best known for his role as Cyrus on the short-lived ABC series Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, a spin-off show from the Once Upon a Time show. Executive producer Greg Berlanti revealed that the villain for the upcoming musical crossover between Supergirl and The Flash will be the Music Meister. Introduced in the Batman, the Brave and the Bold animated series, the Music Meister uses his singing voice to create a pitch so high that it hypnotizes people. In their state of hypnosis, his victims are forced to sing and dance. Executive producer Andrew Kreisberg revealed, when we get to the musical episode, both Barry and Kara will find themselves at pivotal crossroads on their respective series, and the experience of going through the musical will have a great impact on both series moving forward. And in some great news, during their Television Critics Association press tour, the CW announced that Supergirl, along with its fellow DC TV shows The Flash, Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow, will all be renewed for another season. Details for Season 3 of Supergirl will most likely be released in May during the network's upfronts announcements. When Tyler Hoechlin appeared as Superman for the first 2 episodes of Season 2 of Supergirl, fans immediately began talking about the possibility of Superman having his own show on the CW. Unfortunately, according to the CW president Mark Podowitz, that won't happen anytime soon. He said there are no plans to do a series, there are no plans at the moment for him to return to Supergirl. If they wish to have him return, we'd love to have him. Cartoon Network UK shared a clip from the Justice League Action animated episode titled Repulse, episode 12 of Season 1. It's date night for Superman and Wonder Woman, but who knew it would end with Repulse? While this episode has already aired in the UK, fans in the USA can watch a new episode of Justice League Action on Cartoon Network on Saturday, January 14th at 7:30am. This week's episode is titled A Bait and Switch, and it's episode number 4. In comic book news, DC Comics released their March 2017 solicitations recently, and we highlighted for you all the Superman-related comics and products listed. A special note was Superman number 18, which brings us part 1 of the Superman Reborn story. In DC Universe Rebirth number 1, the enigmatic Mr. Oz told the Superman, "You and your family are not what you believe you are, and neither was the fallen Superman." Now in the first Rebirth crossover between Superman and Action Comics, the shocking truth behind Oz's words is revealed. It begins with one of Oz's prisoners escaping and ends in a tragic moment for Lois and Superman. And Superwoman number 8, in which the Super family rallies around Superwoman as the reason her powers are killing her, is revealed, as are her connections to New 52 Superman. The events of Superman Reborn will greatly impact the future of Metropolis's newest hero. Check out all the Superman-related comics in the March solicitations at our website now. Comic books we reviewed this week included Superman number 14, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who gave it a 5 out of 5, saying, "What the team delivers is the beginning of a solid storyline." T.A. Hewitt reviewed Justice League number 12, saying, "Another waste of time and energy if you actually expected a story about the League," and he rated it a 2 out of 5. Justice League vs. Suicide Squad number 3 was reviewed by Keith Summerer, who gave it a 4 out of 5, calling it a lot of fun. Superman comics available this week from January 11th include DC Superhero Girls Pastimes at Superhero High Chapter 8 digital comic, Action Comics 971, which is available in a variant cover, Earth 2 Society number 20, Justice League Power Rangers number 1, which is available in a series of variant covers, I count 7 in total, Justice League vs. Suicide Squad number 4, which is available in not 1 but 2 variant covers, New Superman number 7 is available in a variant cover, Red Hood and the Outlaws number 6, Suicide Squad number 9, Supergirl number 5, which is available in a variant cover, Superwoman number 6 is also available in a variant cover, Titans number 7 also has Superman on a variant cover, and Injustice Gods Among Us Year 2 Complete Collection trade paperback. Superman and Supergirl belts, both for your pants and for your car. Get this automatic Superman leather waist belt for just $8.35. And what about a DC Comics Superman seatbelt belt, yours for $23.95? These and other Superman belts are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, the 26th episode of Season 2 of the DC Superhero Girls animated shorts is now online. Titled Hero of the Month, Lady Shiva, it's clear that Lady Shiva has been training to become Hero of the Month. She's one of the only superheroes who can calculate and dish out the perfect punch. With all 27 episodes of Season 2 having now been posted online, fans can look forward to Season 3 of DC Superhero Girls, which will premiere with its first episode on Thursday, January 27th. The Superman homepage Super Trivia Quiz has been updated for another month. The 3 questions we're asking you this time around are: who is President Lex Luthor's bodyguard in the animated movie Superman Batman Public Enemies? Who is Lex Luthor's bodyguard in Superman the Animated Series? And which actor played the role of Lex Luthor's bodyguard in the movie Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice? If you think you know the answers to all 3 questions, come by the site now to submit your entry. You'll find the Super Trivia Quiz under the Favourites menu. That brings you up to speed from the end of December 2016 to January 12th, 2017. I'm Steve Younis from SupermanHomepage.com.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Happy New Year, and thanks for watching. So, I spent some of my holiday time playing a cool game called White Knight. As you can see, it's black and white. It's very atmospheric, the cool graphical style, while very simple, gives it its whole ambiance, its whole feeling, and it takes place during the Great Depression, 1938 to be exact. That was the first date I noticed, and for me, as a Superman fan, I said, ooh, cool, 1938. He's wearing a fedora, he's got a trench coat on, all in the disguise of a mild-mannered reporter type during that time period, albeit without the big S on the side of the hat. It's a mystery, horror / adventure game where our protagonist gets into a car accident at the beginning of the game because he sees something run across his path in the road. I won't spoil too much about the game, but you should check it out. The reason I'm talking about it here is because I did a search. I can't find any articles, I can't find any point where someone who has played the game or a reviewer or the creators or anybody has mentioned the Superman references that I find, and it doesn't end with 1938, where you might just say, well, a lot of things happened in 1938, not just Superman's first appearance in comic books. The first person they mention in the game is in a letter on the porch where he is standing. This is where you pretty much start the game right after your car accident. A lot of the game you spend collecting diaries, letters, notes to people, things like that kind of tell you the backstory of the mansion and some of the characters that aren't in the game that have to do with how we got to where we are. So the first note that you find on the porch is signed Martha Kenton. Kenton. It takes place in 1938. I saw that. I said, that seems strange. Then, a little further in, there's a recipe book that you find, not because you're going to make any cooking, but because you need the key to the kitchen. And to get the key to the kitchen, there's a note that tells you have to find a book in the library that's about recipes. So, when you find the book about recipes, there's 4 recipes, that's it. And one of the recipes is beef bourguignon. Now, for comic book fans, you may know that Clark Kent and Lois Lane's favorite code word, because it was Clark's favorite meal for a while, was beef bourguignon with ketchup. Having beef bourguignon in there with 3 other recipes, most were like French. I think it was a French one, a Russian one, all complicated, strange-sounding names, and then beef bourguignon. Another reference that I think means that the creators of the game were fans of Clark Kent, of Superman. The costume, the year, Martha Kenton, and then later on in the game you get a note from the woman's doctor, whose name is Dr. Kent. So they've used Kenton, and then they use Kent just straight out. There may be other references to Superman in the game, but I'm convinced that the creators were fans of Superman and purposely put these things in there. One of the characters that is in the history of the game is Selina. This is a little bit more of a stretch. Selina was a villain in the Supergirl movie. She's also Catwoman, but I didn't personally notice a lot of Batman references, but they could be there too. For me, the Superman ones stick out. Play the game for yourself, see what you think. Take a look, or if some of you already know, let me know. I thought it was really cool. I enjoy the game, but I also got an extra kick out of it because I really think that there are these Superman and Clark Kent references. Maybe I'm reaching, but it all comes back to Superman. I got people going, nice phone from, 1980. Thanks everybody for watching. They have phones that have cameras on them now where it actually looks good or whatever. And remember, because I guess the camera is getting fooled into thinking that always there's a lot of light back there. So on the screen like this, you can't see me at all. All you can see is the screen. Now, you can see me perfectly. It looks great. So having borf, look up in the sky.